Welcome to the Big T Energy Podcast. I'm Amandine, here with Nadia and Natalie. We're your hosts, and today we're spilling the tea on everything from the latest gossip to the biggest headline. So grab a drink, get comfy, and sit back, because this tea is hot.
Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be aggressive, it will be a waste because we could be expensive.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's podcast with me, Nadia.
And me, Natalie.
And me, Amandine.
Okay, girls. What's been girls. What's
What's been going on? We had the last episode of The Last of Us, season 2.
Yes, and it sucked balls.
It sucked. Oh my god.
Some background for our listeners. Nadia and Natalie have played the game, and so they know everything that happens. And I don't. I just watched the TV show, and therefore we can't. In our conversations on the podcast and in our group chat, we often have to stop at one point because if they say too much, then I would know everything.
It's not even that I'm mad over all the things they left out from the game. It's how they butchered Ellie's character. Like, I don't know what the fuck they did, but it's just, it's fucked. Bella Ramsey is great. They are great. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. Like, honestly, superb actor. Love them in The Last of Us. But it's just Ellie, the character. It's not right. They fucked her up, and it pisses me off. Yeah.
How did they do that without ruining everything for me? Like, how did they butcher her character? What's Ellie like in the game?
So in the game, Ellie is she's a bad bitch, and she does a lot of horrible things. Yes. Like, she goes on a fucking killing spree. She kills so many people, and she is out for revenge. Like, nothing is stopping her. And she has grown up. Like, she's smart. She knows how to get around. She knows how to not get killed. But in the series, she seems like just this, I don't know, immature child still. Yeah.
I mean, I do think Ellie's badass.
Not compared to the game.
Yeah, I don't have a comparison point. For me, what I didn't like about the last episode is how it ended. It was, ugh.
Yeah. Have you guys been seeing how much hate Bella is getting online? Bella Ramsey?
I read about the hate she's getting. I haven't actually witnessed it myself, but hopefully that's because I'm curating my social media enough. But yeah, I read about it, and that's fucking disgusting. Okay, from what I understand, obviously I've never played the game, so I don't know what Ellie looks like in the game. I also didn't know what, is it Abby looks like in the game. But apparently there's a lot of men criticizing how they look, and my interpretation of it is you were perving on somebody in a game, like people did on Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, including myself. And then they picked a talented actor that maybe doesn't look exactly like this person. And men, they can't handle it. They're like, ugh, because yes, you're right. She's not, I mean, again, I don't know what she looked like in the games, but.
Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, in the game they're not like Lara Croft, you know. So
yeah, they're not like over sexualized.
No. Okay. But I think it's more that, you know, like, you play the game and it's a great game and you have such high expectations, and then it doesn't turn out the way you want it to be or whatever. Like Abby, for example, in the game she's really butch. She's like very strong, you know, and very, like, she's bigger than the character in the series. But yeah, people need to shut the fuck up and just
I feel really, really bad for Bella Ramsey for getting so much hate, because it's honestly it's just fucked up going online and writing these hateful comments about anyone.
And whatever people think of what Bella looks like, how is it going to help going on their social media and talking shit about how they look or who else should have played that part? Like, that's not their fault, is it? Like
No.
they didn't cast.
Since we were talking about Bella Ramsey, another person that's also been getting a lot of hate is Madeline Brewer. That's her name, right? From The Handmaid's Tale. It's Janine.
Oh,
she
yes,
got so
Janine.
much hate in You, but then also it's so fucking. I hate it. It's such a big difference between how women and men are treated online, because if we look at the White Lotus, for example, what's his name? I forget everyone's name.
Walton, whatever, yeah. And
I
everyone's
mean-
like, "Oh my God, now bald men are back in fashion and they're so
Ew.
hot."
Exactly.
No.
Middle-aged bald men. Well, he's not bald, but with receding hairline. And if this were a woman, it'd be like, well, look at Amy
Yeah, Amy
Wood.
Oh my God.
But the worst.
No, but it pisses me off that a guy like gets that type of treatment, and then girls and women, non-binary, whatever floats your boat, it gets something complete opposite. But I mean, it's mostly men hating on women and then women praising men. Like,
But I have to say as well, like, yes, it's mostly women who's getting hate. Obviously, it's always like the world hates women. That's a fact. Come on, like.
Yep, facts.
But there has been quite a few moments where men are getting hate for getting a certain part in a movie, like Heath Ledger. He before him for the Joker, there was someone else, and Heath Ledger got a lot of hate for getting that part. But yeah, but the difference here, I think, I'm not sure because I wasn't really on, watching the comments when Heath Ledger got the part and what they were saying, but I would guess that they're not going after his looks or whatever. It's more like, like a character. Oh, you shouldn't be the Joker, whatever. The issue here is that they're attacking women's looks and whatever, their sexual, how do you call it? Preference or whatever it might be,
I imagine he got hate because that was the darkest film he's done, right? But to this day, people say he was the best Joker of all time.
he was.
Hands down.
And I don't think people would have criticized his look because, let's face it, he was really hot.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I would say, but that's not really
That's not the
about their
point.
looks.
That is not the point, but
Yeah, but
side note, he's hot, but that was not the point. Yes, because regardless, they would have not said anything.
no. The only time men get any comments about their looks mostly, and it's not even about their looks, but it's about their height. But then again, I never really see, it's more about preference. I mean, obviously, if a woman is 180 long or tall, she's not going to want a man that's 165. I'm sorry.
Well,
Well, you never know.
164?
There's
yeah, I think some people don't care, but
No,
I've personally never seen who's a short actor.
Oh, there's so many. Kevin
Barry.
Hart.
Barry.
Barry.
Sorry, I don't
Barry.
like him. Barry, the Irish actor who cheated on Sabrina Carpenter,
Did
right?
he though?
Keegan.
Because
Didn't he?
I'm not sure if it was just a rumor or if it actually happened.
Allegedly, but come on, of course.
Oh, whatever. He probably did. But okay, he's short, right? And I don't think he's that good looking. I'm never gonna go on a post and be like, oh, you short motherfucker, go die, whatever. Like, that doesn't even cross my mind.
No.
And I don't think I've ever seen anybody say this on a thing, right? He's just short. Some people are tall, some people are short, whatever.
I never
When it-
seen women go on comments and hating on a man's height. It's more like, if they're asked what they prefer, they usually say, well, not usually. There's plenty of women that like shorter men as well.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say tall, but sometimes tall doesn't necessarily mean 180, 190, because it depends a little bit how tall you are yourself.
Also, that's like in dating and stuff, like on dating apps, and also in principle. Ideally, yes, I'd like a man who's tall and this and this and this, and also loyal and blah, blah, blah.
I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance,
And then who do you see all these short men going out with women? I mean, probably not you two because you live in Amsterdam and men are tall as fuck. But trust me, I see all these mediocre looking short men going around with these beautiful women, like literally on the daily when I leave the farm. So obviously women don't care that much. And then you go on a dating app. I'm getting a bit wound.
I
You go
think
on a dating app and men are like 1 meter 83 if that's all you care about. Buh, buh, buh.
183.5.
Yeah, also men lie about their height like
Yeah.
all the time on dating apps and it's disgusting. Like own it. You're not 180, own it. Like
I had that once, and it's like it's a massive ick to me if you lie on a dating
oh my
app,
God.
because he lied about his height, and he said, because I asked him, I think, and he said he's like 180 something, and then when I meet him, huh?
You asked a dude he's
Yeah, but I don't know if it was on his profile or if we got into it, like asking questions. I don't know, but he told me 180, whatever. And well, it wasn't a date, but Natalie, you were there. We were at the party in Rotterdam and he was going to be there. So I was like, okay, let's meet, you know? And then I see him and I'm like, whoa, this dude is short, you know? He was like, maybe not my height, short, but around 170, something like that. And that's a massive step from 180, you know? So he was short for my...
I can't remember
less
this.
than 10 centimeters. And you shouldn't lie, I agree. But Nadia, you're like 170. So,
No, I'm 167.
oh, well, you lied to me about your height.
When?
I don't
He
know.
likes
but
to lie
one
about her
day-
height.
Yeah, right. Because you told me you were my height and I'm 170. So, and you made me,
167.
didn't she make me stand like back to her one day, Natalie? And you had to
Yes.
choose who was the tallest.
Yes.
Boom.
When?
We have done that.
In Amsterdam?
Yeah, I remember this.
Oh my God, I don't remember this.
No, but it's
Yeah.
so
So
stupid.
who's lying, bitch?
But I think it's like for women, I never lie about my height to men. Like there's no point. My height is good, you know?
But you lie about your age, though.
Yes, 100%. Like, come on, what do you think? If you meet okay, now I'm in a relationship, but if we are, you know, late 30s now, you and me, Amandine. So if we are single and meet a guy who's like 20 something and he's like, oh, you know, you look young. How old are you? Are you really going to say your real age? If you don't want anything serious?
Well,
It depends on the situation.
it depends. And also, I'm one of these hopeless romantics, even if I don't want anything serious. I'd like to think that some people, because I know that's not the case for everyone, but that if I say I'm this number of years, they're not gonna run off because they liked me, and so it doesn't really matter. But I do hate it now when people ask me because it's like, why does it matter?
Mind your own business, dude.
Also, it turns a little bit like some guys, they turn it into like almost a fetish. They're like,
Yeah.
ooh, older woman. And then I've been called MILF, you know? And
I've
then
been
they,
called a MILF
then they
too,
go to
which
their
is
friends, they're like, oh my God, a fucked up, blah, blah year old, you know? And it's like, oh,
Can we say your age? Can I say your age now?
no. Oh,
Not you.
yeah.
Can I say, I don't have to, but I just want to illustrate the fact that you're really not a MILF. I mean, you could be. I guess you could have kids.
But we said Natalie's age a few weeks ago.
Ah, there
Yeah,
we go.
my-
Natalie just turned 30.
yeah,
So
that is.
who called you a
that's fine.
MILF?
I've had a few guys call me a MILF, like after we had sex as well. They're like, "Oh yeah, scored a MILF," and that's like when I was late, whatever, like in my 20s.
Oh
and it's
my
like you,
God, but
and then
how
I'm like,
were they?
dude, first of all, I don't have kids. Second of all, I'm like 4 or 5 years older than you. Like, what the fuck?
Men are so dumb.
Yeah, they're so dumb.
Just
And
came
back to the fucking height thing, I think it's mostly men making an issue about it
Yeah.
because when I'm thinking about it, majority of the men I've been with have been on the shorter side. To be honest, I've been with plenty of guys that have been 170 and I'm 167, 168. So that's like kind of around my height. And it's never been an issue. But do I prefer taller? Yes. Yes, I do. But it's not going to stop me to go with a shorter one. So men, suck it up. Stop being little bitches. We're over
Yeah.
it.
They're the ones that like, oh yeah, you just want a guy that's tall and rich and loyal and honest and
Yes.
supportive. And it's like, okay, take out the tall and the rich, and isn't the rest like completely fucking normal for
Yeah.
someone to be in a relationship with? Like, men are like, oh yeah, but women put the bar so high. That's why they're single. Well, yeah, because
It's by
nobody wants to
choice.
go out with you. Yeah, like, are you dumb?
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
This is literally what we're not settling for anymore. These bullshit
Yeah.
men that don't respect your boundaries. Or can I just tell you a quick story about a friend of mine
Yes.
who was just dating this guy? 7 dates she went on. And so I'm like, 7 dates, that's a lot of dates, right? And she's kind of still talking herself into, she's just ended it actually just today. She was still talking herself into the fact that, oh yeah, but he's a nice guy. And then when we started talking about it, there was literally like, first of all, she got the ick on their last date. So I was like, dude, you got the ick. I don't know if that you're gonna, like, she went to his place and it's a studio apartment. You tell me what you think of this. It's a studio apartment. So you know you're gonna have to sit on the bed. The bed is in full view, and he didn't make his bed. This man is 41 years of age. Like, you invite a woman over, this is planned, right? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's like zero fucking effort. You go pick people up at the station and you're dressed like shit. Like,
Yeah.
That would give me the ick too.
it's not even about the dress, what they're wearing or whatever, but you can tell right away when somebody's made an effort or not. Like, friends
Yeah.
of mine, men friend, have told me in the past, if a woman shows up on a first date and she's not wearing makeup, I feel like she's not making an effort and she doesn't care and she doesn't like me and whatever. Oh yeah, but it's okay for you to show up in fucking sandals and shorts, like football shorts, to take me out to dinner.
Not the sandals.
Fuck off.
It's so fucking stupid because, first of all, men can't even tell when we're not wearing, like, when you have a no makeup look. They can't fucking
Yeah.
tell. Like, they're sorry, but no,
Men,
don't
men,
speak
men
on the
can't
things you
even
don't.
men can't even tell if you have lip fillers or
No.
Botox or
Or
any kind of filler.
extensions.
Or boob job, like nothing. They're like, oh,
Nothing.
she's
They're
natural. It's like,
fucking oblivious to these things, and then they like to make it seem like they know so much, but they don't.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, if women knew how much we like them without makeup, they wouldn't wear any more makeup. Oh, really? There was this study asking men, like, which makeup do you prefer? And when there's no image, they say natural. And then you show them an image, and it's like, yes, the no makeup, but actually you can tell as a woman that this woman's wearing makeup, and it's quite a lot of makeup. And they're like, this. It's like you said natural, but then you'll pick the woman with the fillers and the makeup and the extensions. It just doesn't make sense. So stop talking shit.
There was this TikTok. So this woman, she had gotten like a comment from this man, like, "Oh, you're like such a natural beauty," and blah 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 blah. And then she made a video reply, and she's like naming all of the things that she has done, like work on herself, like fillers, Botox, plastic surgery, every single thing. And she's like, dude, there's nothing natural about me. It's just that my work is very well done, but it's not natural. So,
speaking of, fillers and shit, this just happened today, or was it yesterday? Did you guys see that? Obviously, Kylie Jenner has done a lot of shit, right?
yeah.
She came out in a comment on TikTok.
Oh, yes, I saw.
I guess it was yesterday, because this is the first time she's saying it, that she actually has done her boobs. I mean, obviously, it's fucking obvious.
Oh, she just got them redone. I almost sent you a message about it, and then I think I forgot.
I'm pretty sure she said it before, because she did say, oh, I don't know if it was in the Kardashians or in a video, but her and Kendall were talking about it, and she said that she regrets doing her boobs before she had kids.
Before she had kids. And she's
Yeah.
got them done again because they look like Megan Fox's boobs, which are a lot more round. Like
Oh,
you can
okay. I thought she had not said anything. But now, anyways, she replied to a video on TikTok with exactly how many CC she's had and who's her doctor and blah, blah, blah,
How where they put it and everything, because someone
Yeah.
wanted to know because they loved her boobs.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you guys, because you mentioned icks before. what are your icks on guys? And not like, you know, like standard icks, like,
I
but
mean,
like
we don't
icks.
have that much time.
No, but pick one or two. Like,
I do have one that I'm thinking of immediately, but it's
Say it.
I feel bad for any guy that
Nobody-
likes to
no-
do this. It could be a
They're
hobby
not
or whatever.
listening.
You know, these the ones that bike and they wear these bike
I
tight
hate it.
biking clothes.
That's an ick.
It gives me the ick every time I see it. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't have that. I mean, it depends who's wearing it, to be honest. It's not my favorite
yeah.
outfit, but an ick. Ooh, I really have nothing that comes up right now.
I'm trying to.
I have a massive ick, and I don't think it's even an ick. I mean, I think that's just basic fucking hygiene. Men that don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom, and it's really, and then they'll
that's
be like,
disgusting.
"Oh, I didn't poo," and it's like, dude, you're literally holding your dick in your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is so fucking gross. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to educate you to wash your hands. Actually, I did it with my ex. I had to educate him, like literally like a child. Every time he would get out of the bathroom, I'd be like, did you wash your hands? Because I don't want him touching my hand or my face with his fucking dirty fucking hands.
Your most recent ex.
No comment.
Okay. Yeah, but that's most guys, to be honest. Like,
I know that's
it's disgusting. It's just
right. What's your ick, Nadia?
I have so many. Like, but it literally can be anything. Like
Sometimes it just pops up randomly, you know, when you
it
see
just
someone do
pops up.
something.
Like
Oh, eating with your mouth open.
I remember the latest ick I got was like a guy that I was dating before my current boyfriend, but it was already kind of sizzling out, you know, our little dating. And then he was leaving my place, and then I walked him out, and he turns around and looks at me, and it's like, when can I see you next time? And then I got the ick. I'm like, go
Wait,
away.
this is after years.
No, we had only been like seeing each other for like a month, maybe, you know?
Oh, is it the okay, I think I know who it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can say his name. We're gonna beep it out anyway. But I don't even remember. Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name either, but I know who you're talking
His
about.
name was...
This is not-
no, it wasn't. His name was...
what kind of name is
Beat
that?
those names.
And that's
Like-
also an ick.
Dutch guy.
Yeah. And you know what also was an ick with him? His clothes smelled funky. Like, you know, when guys, they don't know how to wash their clothes, they leave their clothes in the washer too long, and they get musty or musky, whatever.
Yeah.
That's how they smelled. So that's another ick. Yeah, I have
This
a lot.
happened to me the other day. I went to the theater, and sometimes, you know, I forget about what I'm washing and stuff, and I rewash it. But anyways, I don't know what happened, but I was wearing this t-shirt, and I didn't realize until I hugged somebody outside the theater and thought, oh, they didn't take out their washing on time. And then I was sitting in the dark in the theater, and it was me, and I was like, shit. And I was paranoid all night that I was so stinky. So I gave myself the ick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens too.
All his clothes smell like that all the time. It was a massive turn off.
Was it him that did his own laundry?
I don't know, because he was living with his girlfriend.
Nadia!
But it's not my fault. I didn't know. Well, I knew,
No,
but
at the time. Oh, so you knew, right?
yeah, it's a
Okay.
big...
Do we want to include that in the podcast?
I don't care.
Yeah, who
People-
cares?
Whoever listens, they're going to think I'm a...
You're human. Also, you're not the
I
one.
was going to say slut, but...
You weren't the one in the relationship, right? You're not
Exactly.
responsible for people's actions.
Exactly. But I don't go after men with girlfriends or wives or whatever. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
However, obviously I didn't know in the beginning, but then I knew, and it still continued. But then it's up to you, you know, like if you're in a relationship, you do something about it, you know? It's not my problem.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But having said that, if this came out, the hate would all be for you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Oh my God. Nadia, the temptress.
Yeah. The, how do you call it?
Whore.
No, that's not what I was going to say. But yes, definitely people will be saying that. And
Of
girls will be
course.
saying that because, of course, again, it's everything on the women, right? It's
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
always the women. It's never the men. There's so many double standards when it comes to men and women, where women get shit for the same thing men get fucking praised for. And I'm so over it. I'm so fucking over it.
amen.
and I will say I've done it.
Yeah, same.
I've
What?
done it. No, I don't mean that, but I mean also that, I guess. As in, my ex-boyfriend cheated on me, and I was like a proper fucking detective about it. Well, I mean, it wasn't that hidden anyway. Anyways, I found her Instagram and I found a photo. I was suspecting it, but he was lying to my face for fucking weeks, maybe months. And I found a photo on her Instagram from his bed in his flat, like the sunrise or whatever the fuck. And I commented about it. The rage was crazy. And I wrote, "You are a whore." Oh my God. And I'm
Wendy,
embarrassed. I'm
we-
embarrassed to say this.
We just started this episode saying we would never do that, and now you're like, I called her a whore.
Yes, because she fucked my boyfriend, and my feelings were really hurt, but I didn't see her on TV and like went and this is the only time I did something, wrote
Plus,
something hateful.
it's literally every single person has some internalized misogyny. And then
Yeah.
most women start to wake up from that and are starting to realize, like, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? What the fuck am I saying? Like, this is not right. Which men are hating, of course. They cannot stand it. They cannot stand women standing up for themselves.
I often have thoughts and I catch myself being like, where did that come from? And I read something that said the first thought that comes to your mind, like when it's, let's say you're walking down the street and you're like, oh, what the fuck is she wearing? This is in your head. That's your conditioning. That's how we've been conditioned. And then the second thoughts that come back. So usually catching myself being like, she's wearing whatever the fuck she wants. Then that's who you are at your core as a person, for reals.
Yeah.
About the hate, the online hate. Have you heard of this? This really got me going yesterday, so I want to bring it up before my fire dies down. Have you heard of this influencer called Dear Aline?
No.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think you might recognize her if you see her. Anyway, she became quite famous when she was dating this guy called Nas. He was doing these 1-minute daily videos and he became huge, like huge following. And they were dating for, I think, 7 years. And now they broke up and she's written a book. And, you know, she's a feminist. And the thing is, with her following, a lot of people followed her back when she was with him, like some of his audience. And the hate that she gets, so I still follow her on Facebook, and I don't know why I do this, to be honest, but I go to her comments and it makes me so angry. So for example, it's not her thing, but it's true. She was a Mormon. She was married at 22, got divorced at 25, still as a virgin, right? Because she had vaginitis, you know, when your vagina kind of closes down.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, because she was so conditioned, sex is bad, blah, blah, blah. She couldn't even have sex with her husband all this time. And so she's telling her story in her book. And so now she's promoting it and stuff. This is the most recent example, but it doesn't matter what this woman does. The amount of hate she gets in the comments from men, but like stuff like people like you should be in special institutions, or Nas must be so happy he dumped you. I'm pretty sure that she broke up with him as well, but it doesn't matter. But like, he dodged a bullet. La la la. You suck since you broke up with him. Like, you're going completely mental. Like, and what I'm paraphrasing is probably really soft compared to what they actually say, and it's gross. And
On did you say Facebook or Instagram? I'm on her
she's
page.
on both.
Okay.
She's everywhere. And also, by the way, she's a beautiful 34-year-old woman who's a millionaire, who's doing great things with her money and talking about important stuff. And people don't fucking like that. That's the end of it. Men don't like that, right? Oh, yeah. First, I just opened her last video. The first comment is, wait for the OnlyFans.
Yeah, and
Why?
like if
It's literally a video of her in a dress. Like,
Men love to hate on OnlyFans when
But then they
they are
still-
when they're
literally,
yeah, exactly.
yeah, they are the consumers. Like they are the reason
there is an
can do
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Speaking about OnlyFans, just reminds me about Bonnie Blue. So for anyone that doesn't know who Bonnie Blue is, she does OnlyFans. She's quite controversial. I am not a big fan of her because of the things she has said. Like she has said that she thinks the woman should do everything for the man. She should be ready to have sex with him. And if she's not, he can go and cheat on her. I don't agree with those things. But she does quite often that men can come and fuck her basically in exchange. They do it for free in exchange that they have to be on the video that she's going to post on OnlyFans or whatever. And she did over 1,000 men in one day. And the amount of fucking hate she gets. And to be fair, I get, you can question it. You can. I don't think it's really necessary to go and send death threats and go on her looks or whatever and whatever. But you can question it. But why the fuck is no one questioning the men?
Yeah. Who
What
the
about-
fuck is queuing in their
Yeah.
boxer shorts with a fucking full-on mountain mask to go and fuck someone they've never met for like 3 minutes?
Exactly. She's even said there's been father and son standing and queuing together. And it's like, I'm sorry, but why is no one fucking judging the men? Why are they only hating on the woman? The men are just as fucking disgusting, in my opinion. Imagine being the last one.
And it's just the thing is, in a ideal society or whatever, where according to what people want, right, that women are virgins or whatever and prudes and stuff, if a woman did that and said, hey, I want to fuck 1,000 men, then one day I'm gonna be at this address, then nobody would fucking show up because everybody would be so full of fucking values and stuff, right? But at the end of the day, that's not the case. And there wouldn't be a Bonnie Blue if there wasn't just like there wouldn't be illegal porn, unethical porn, if there wasn't a market for it.
Exactly. Because I don't have the stats, but I'm very, very sure that the majority of the consumers on OnlyFans are men. There are women as well, but it's way less than compared to men. So stop hating on something that you're consuming or that your friends and family or whatever are consuming.
I don't think there's anything wrong with OnlyFans, and there's a lot of different content on there. I just think we live in a really hypocritical society. Like, OnlyFans is behind a paid wall. People are obviously consenting to putting their content out there because they create it. This is how they make money. To me, it's a job like any other, right? You're putting out a service and people are paying you for it. Don't be so hypocritical to criticize people who are on OnlyFans when you're feeding that system. And then you see free porn platforms with underage women, violence against women. And that is the problem. And they're in a loop and they're not necessarily getting paid or not enough, and they're being exploited. And that's where the problem is. So I'm all for OnlyFans personally. Like, I mean, you might as well make money from it if that's what you want. And it doesn't mean you have to have sex. Like, you decide what you do on there and you decide what you charge. And people want to pay, great. They don't want to pay, fine. They can go and do something else.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think it doesn't put people at risk anyway, like some other stuff does.
Well, to be fair, all the hate we're seeing online as well and all these misogynistic comments and stuff, I mean, they're still there. They're going to exist either way. But I do know that all these social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram, they're pushing these comments to the top because they get a lot of traction. Because obviously, if you're going to say something very fucked up, you're going to get people either liking it and agreeing with you, or people commenting not agreeing with you, and then it gets a lot of traction and it gets pushed to the top. So we're seeing so much of it, and it's going to be there no matter what. It's just that we're seeing it now. I don't know if
Yeah, they tailor comments also personally. Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna see, well, we might see the same comments, but I'm not gonna see the same comments as some dude who
Yeah.
hates women.
yeah.
And so I'm wondering, like, we were talking about Bella Ramsey. I haven't seen anything hateful about them, but I know there is. And probably because I've now curated my social media enough that it doesn't show up. And this is one of the reasons I don't like TikTok, because when I go on there, because I rarely go on there, I see these random shit I don't want to see, all this hateful stuff.
Yeah, but TikTok is a vile place. It's insane.
Definitely.
TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. I mean, all platforms really, but TikTok is like,
It's so toxic.
yeah.
It's yeah.
But it's scary because on TikTok, it's mostly a younger crowd. Of course, there's an older crowd too, but it's a younger crowd that's really going ham on the comments on TikTok. And that's scary because but there's growing society of very young people now that's hating, you know? And it's just, yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
It's
We're
gonna,
talking about hate. Oh, and just a tiny comment before I just checked. The 79% of the OnlyFans members are men.
Of course.
75,
79.
79, okay.
Only 21% are women. But I was going to say about hate. Did you see? I didn't watch the game, of course, and I give a fuck. It was the Champions League final on Saturday. Was it in Paris? I think it was in Paris. And it was Paris playing against Inter Milan. And Paris won, PSG won. And did you see the images? Did you see any footage of
I did see some I did see, and I have no words. Like, I don't understand. How is that even a fucking celebration?
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen, basically there were lots of riots and just football fans or whatever they call themselves. This is why I don't watch football anymore, to be honest. And I used to love going to live games, but the supporters fucking suck balls. So they all went out and destroyed everything. There's videos of people like looting shops and breaking shit. There 2 people fucking died. And this is when they won. They won the game. They won the Champions League for the first time in the club's history. That had never fucking happened. Yeah. And this is what they go out and break shit. Like, what is going on in people's brains that this is what happens? Like, I don't understand it.
No, I don't understand it either. And I don't know, I'm sure maybe there were some women involved as well, but from what I've seen, I pretty much only saw men.
Honestly, I doubt it. Would that even ever cross your mind? And I'm not saying sometimes you don't get caught in the wrong place, wrong time, but this is like purposeful
not me.
violence.
Me specific, I would personally never, but I'm sure there are women that would tag along. But still, the numbers of women is nothing compared to the men. But it's like I said before, like even in celebration, even when men are very happy, they're celebrating, they still turn to violence.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. And at the same time, there's sports where that just doesn't happen, like rugby, which is arguably a much more violent, like physical sport. And that would never happen. So I don't get it. And that made me think, you know, when you think of protests and stuff, or you think of peaceful marches and there's groups that come in and break everything. And I personally never noticed a woman in those images, like, because
I don't know. It's just in their blood, I think, in men, like that they, like, I know a lot of guys who they go out drinking and they're for sure gonna have a fight, you know. It's just in them. Of course, the alcohol too helps, but they just want to, you know, like it's testosterone or whatever you might call it. I don't know.
I slightly disagree because I don't think they're born like that. I really think this is a product of the patriarchy, which they don't realize they're also victims of, because we tell, you know, it's not just women that are conditioned. Everybody's conditioned, and men need to be the provider and they can't show their feelings unless it's anger. Anger is the only appropriate emotion for men. And sure, things are changing and stuff, but on a mass level, this is how it is. Men don't feel like they can express their emotions, whether it's at home or work or whatever, and they bottle it up. And then comes the weekend, they have a drink, and then it's like, brah, an eruption of fucking violence.
Yeah. And it's so fucked up, because what they don't understand, that the reason they feel like this, the reason they feel this way is because of patriarchy.
Yeah.
It is what women are trying to break, or whatever. It's something we're trying to fight against, the patriarchy. And they just don't understand that the patriarchy is also affecting them negatively.
Yes.
Like, it just doesn't go into their head, but that's the truth. Because I don't see any women saying, "Oh, you shouldn't show your emotions. You shouldn't cry. You shouldn't." Most women want you to show emotions and be deep, cry if you feel like you have to, be sad, like, be a fucking human.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're in June now. And what did you say this is?
It's June. Okay, so June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
Because the suicide rate is really, really high for men. But sorry,
Yes.
that is because of the patriarchy.
Yes, exactly. Because again, they don't feel like they can talk about this. And I had this big argument with a friend once. They think when we say toxic masculinity, it's saying that men are toxic, but they don't understand that toxic masculinity is just this concept that's brought by the patriarchy and is ruining people, families, couples. Yeah. That makes me think of our douche of the week.
Douche of the week. Douche of the week.
I do have a douche of the week. Okay. Do you guys have a douche of the week?
No, not really. But I will think about one. But go ahead.
I just like pick one is not easy.
That's true. No, so I have one specific douche of the week. I don't know if you guys know who it is. I don't even know who the fuck it is. But again, TikTok. There's a podcast that's called like the Whatever Podcast. I hate it. It's a toxic podcast, and I've been seeing some clips from it on TikTok, and this dude, I don't know if it's his podcast or if he's just a guest on it very often, but his name is Andrew Wilson. The way he speaks to the women, belittling them, and just how he sees women in general, and how he speaks about everything, and how he treats the guests on the podcast, how it just fucking infuriates me, to be honest. If you want to get really, really fucking mad, you should go watch it. If you don't, don't. But Andrew Wilson will be
mad. I'm not gonna look.
Amandine is fuming. You look a bit red. I don't know if it's the sun or if it's the...
I think it's the light. I don't ring light.
Yeah, no, but
I'm also really hot.
He's my douche of the week. He absolutely fucking disgusts me, and I was shocked to see that he actually has a wife, because I'm like, who the fuck wants to be married to you? Honestly, his views are so up his ass. It's fuck off, fuck you. I just get mad.
Do you have a douche of the week, Amandine, or should I go?
I do.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. My douche of the week is Andrew Tate. He's just been charged for rape in the UK.
Huh?
And I don't know the
that.
details, but it was just top of mind. And so he's just a douche. And I also saw something that he said. Oh, yeah. What a douche. Seriously. He said something like on his Twitter or whatever. I actually reposted it on our Instagram. He said, I wouldn't sleep with a woman who's vaccinated. And somebody replied, a woman said, oh, good, the vaccine's working.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. That's funny. I have a douche. Well, it's not a person, it's people.
Ooh,
Men?
douchey.
Oh, well, I mean, it includes men too, but also includes women. But I just thought about it. So a few weeks ago, there was a viral clip on TikTok going around where there's a woman. I'm not going to mention where she's from because that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, she was vacationing in Thailand, and they film her where she's saying, because she refused to take off her shoes when she walked into a restaurant, and she says to the Thai people, "My money built your country." So being very disrespectful. So my douche of the week goes to all the people who go to vacation to other countries and don't respect their rules, whatever those rules might be. So you are the douche.
I agree. That is douchey. That's
Douche.
yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah, because watch them talk shit when somebody from somewhere else comes to their country and without even breaking the rules and does something that's remotely different from what they like to do. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Queen of the Week.
Queen of the week. Queen of the week. Queen of the week.
Who's going first?
I will. Bella Ramsey. Can
I
be
was-
our neither queen nor king, but our
Person.
ultimate crowned person.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I had two. Bella Ramsey was one of them, but since you said Bella Ramsey, I'm gonna say Madeline Brewer.
Yes.
Yeah. She's fucking beautiful. She's a great actress.
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
I didn't even know she was in You. I haven't the new.
It's in the latest season.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. So
She's a new character.
okay. My queen of the week, I don't have one, so I'm just gonna wing it, and I'm gonna go for Max.
Myself.
Oh yeah, I should actually for all the bullshit I put up with. No, but I'm gonna go for Max Minghella.
Oh,
That's Nick from Handmaid's Tale. Just
Aw.
because, and we discussed it last week, and now we've seen the final episode and it fucking sucked. And my queen of the week goes to Max for just all the great work he did.
I've been watching some of his interviews after this, and he's really good at these interviews, speaking about Nick and his character and his relationship with June and stuff. I've been watching a lot of Thirst edits with him as well.
I love him.
It's so hot.
Off, Nick.
All right. Well,
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you guys.
love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.